The 73rd annual Miss Georgia pageant will be taking place in Columbus, Georgia in just a few weeks. Two young ladies who are competing for the title, Chandler Sherry, Miss Apple Capital Outstanding Teen, and Taylor Burrell, Miss Apple Capital. We're very excited to have them both here.
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning. So great to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
So this whole, just give us an education here. You know, I have dabbled in a few pageants years and years ago, but how things have changed. It is really a big deal
really grown
right now. Absolutely. So tell us, okay, there's two divisions. This is the Miss Georgia will be taking place in just a few short weeks, and both of you are going to be competing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you for Miss Georgia, and then you for the most outstanding teen, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is amazing. Well, congratulations first
thank
on
you.
your current titles. And
Thank
I know
you.
you've been busy. We were talking about this.
Yes,
just
there's
how
so much
work
that goes into it.
Yeah,
It's definitely not what people think at all. It's not just walking on stage. It's so much more. It's academics, it's schoolwork, it's getting out in our community, and it's so much more than that.
Right. So you've got, won your recent titles. You've had a moment to enjoy that.
Yes,
so then tell me about, kind of talk us through the process of what's next, because you had to choose a platform, right? That's a big part of it.
Right. So luckily for me, I've actually been involved in the system for quite a few years now. So I've had my platform, which is Animal Cruelty Awareness and Prevention, since I was about 11. So for me, it's more of a lifestyle. I'm actually in school now as a bio major with a pre-vet concentration. So all of my life, it's been about saving animals, working towards being able to be the official person to actually feel like I can make a difference. And so the platform on top of that, it's kind of really amazing because I get to go into shelters, I get to go to different events where I can just see where the work of so many people, so many places is actually coming into fruition. Right. And for me, any animal's life saved is an amazing day.
Absolutely. And then tell us a little bit about your platform as well, because it's very interesting also.
So my platform, I created myself. It's called It's Your Future, Vote on It, and it's about educating our younger generation to go out and vote, and educating our younger generation, especially the millennials, about registering to vote. So not only do I have registration booths at universities and schools and have forums with me all the time for teens to register to vote, I also go to elementary schools and I talk to our younger kids about why they should be interested in voting, and hopefully I spark a little bit of an interest in them about our system and about our government.
Right, because are you finding that maybe sometimes even with people not wanting to vote, do they think it's too difficult, or
that they're too young to even consider this?
The problem that I've come across is teens just don't think that their vote counts. They say, why should I go out? Why should I do this? My vote obviously doesn't count. But that is so not true. There's so many local elections where it's been close to 5 votes, call it. Right. And that definitely has a major effect. And plus, it's like the decisions that our politicians are making at this very moment are going to have a direct effect on our future. Right. So that's why it's so important for younger people to get out, register, and vote.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like they've got their platform
down.
So what else goes into this?
Yes, there's so many things. There's so many different parts of the pageant system. What goes into you guys actually going up there and being on stage?
There's physical fitness. That's
a
big part. We were talking about that earlier.
I was going to say, for me, I think that's been probably the biggest thing. It's a whole lifestyle. It's not just, get out there and look skinny. I've got to be out there in a swimsuit. So for me, it's a lot of meal planning, a lot of gym time, just staying in shape, doing what I can to make sure I feel my best. And while it's not a super important part of the pageant, it's like 10%, still it's important to at least be able to go out there and be competitive in that aspect.
Right.
But also, working out is fun for me, so that makes it a little bit easier.
Good stress reliever during this time, right?
Yes,
and we were seeing some photos there. It seems like you guys both have such a great support system. You have a panel here today. You have a lot of family.
Absolutely.
How important have those people been? Have they been just, I would imagine, a big instrumental part in this?
For sure. You can't do it by yourself. Right. That's the first thing. You have to have people to help you, support you, your family. We have a fabulous board. The Miss Apple Capital board is out there for us all the time, helping plan mock interviews, helping us get ready. We just had our send-off party last weekend, sending us off to Miss Georgia, which is next week. But it's like I said earlier, so much more goes into this than people expect. It's really a scholarship organization. We're doing this for scholarship. Well, for much more, but it is one of our awards is scholarship, which is incredibly crucial.
I was noticing that Miss Georgia, we were talking about that also earlier, though I did not realize they were one of the largest scholarship programs.
Yes, for sure.
So it's incredible.
For me, my sister actually started competing in pageants before me, so I was definitely inspired by her and by her living through exactly what this organization stands for. And she's actually competing with me at Miss Georgia this summer. So for me, I think that's been probably the best part about preparing, because I get to go in with my best friend, which sure, a lot of people get to go in with their best friend, but she's also my sister. And it's a lot of my mom, but it also just makes me realize how strong she is, and it just inspires me and pushes me to be better every day because, I mean, she can handle 2 girls doing Miss Georgia.
Well, I was just thinking,
true.
because I have a
Yeah.
daughter, and we've never explored that realm, and she's not asked yet. But what would you say to people that kind of, sometimes there is a negative vibe,
Right,
you
they
know?
might be nervous or,
Yeah, or a negative, even for as a parent kind of thing. And should I do that? Is there
I
benefits
think
to that?
Probably for me, even just trying to get into it, I was always very skeptical because I looked at it on the outside, kind of the way most people look at it at a superficial level. Oh, it's a pageant, you wear makeup and dresses, and I was never that type of kid. But I think the biggest thing is people need to realize that the pageant stereotype that surrounds, especially the Miss America organization, is honestly most of the time pretty false. It's about creating a sisterhood and bonding with your friends, being able to have an avenue to increase the way you can explore your platform, the way you can talk to other people. It's about developing yourself as a young woman, and honestly, I don't think I would have been able to be anywhere near the young woman I am today without being involved
And it's
in
so
the
much
system.
about academics.
Yes,
Yes.
these are
That's
intelligence is
girls.
That's 10% of our score. So not only when we're preparing for the pageant do we have to get ready for everything else, like I'm in high school, and so I have to really focus on my grades. I'm taking a few AP classes and everything, so because that's part of my score, and I send in my transcript.
Right. And no matter what the outcome is, I think you both ladies could probably agree that even later on life, this is such a great experience.
for sure.
Because even former Miss, Apple queens and Apple of the organization and of their program, they've gone on to be lawyers. We had, I think you had a Miss United States, even just in this realm. But then you go on even to, so no matter what you do in life, I think you can take
This
that away.
program definitely brings together like the best and the brightest girls across each state, because the girl, they have to be completely well-rounded, and that's the hardest part, is that you can't just be good at talent or good at interview or good at fit. You have to be very good at everything. And so you may not be, but it makes you work harder, and like Taylor said, it makes you become the best you can possibly be.
Right.
I think probably for me, even more than the scholarship and more than having to be talented and fit, the biggest thing is this is a job for a young woman with a servant's heart. It's essentially Miss America, Miss Georgia, even Miss Apple Capital. She's a public servant. It's not really about me. It's not really about Chandler. It's not about us. It's about what we can do to make other people happy, what we can give to our communities. And so all of us realize that, and it's amazing to be around, I guess I'll be around 53 other girls who are so invested in making a difference. And the pageant, Miss America, Miss Georgia, it gives you definitely an avenue to push and to make a difference, and I think that's what all of us are in it for.
Well, they've got my vote. I don't know
Yes,
about
me
you,
too.
but I think either one of you are very qualified. We're so glad to have you guys here, and you're going to be taking off. It's very soon. It's going to be in Columbus, Georgia.
Next Friday.
Okay, and we have
Good
a graphic
luck.
there. Yeah, so please keep us posted. We cannot wait to hear your progress and see what the future holds for both of you all, because I think it's going to be a great thing.
Thank you so
To
much.
find out more, of course, you can visit the Miss Georgia website there at missgeorgia.org. Ladies, again, thank you so much.
Thank
We'll
you
be
for
right
having
back
us.
with more Let's Chat.